afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. This is not Mountain Dew. I do have some Mountain Dew in there, but I'm not drinking it. It's, you know, that's like drinking, and I don't drink, not that anyone cares, but I don't drink, not a beer drinker. I'm not a drinker at all. But Mountain Dew is like a cognac or something. You only drink that when you need to, you know, put something down on somebody. So it is not Mountain Dew. What's going on? Well, we got off work just a little bit early. You can't tell by where the sun is, but we got off a little bit early. We mounted up our other test slicks on our 15 by 8.5. These have got a 5.5 or 15 by 8s. These have got a 5.5 inch back spacing, so we won't have any more 80s gangster push out, which I'm okay with that. And they'll be black, which visually for me, it's always kind of weird looking at the cars with the chrome wheels in the back. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I thought it looked kind of good on Pro Stock. I'm not as big a fan of it on this car. I mean, I'm the same guy that, like Teresa says, you wear gray shoes with black socks. So don't take my fashion advice. But yeah, we got these mounted up. We also we got a few things we need to get done before our track day. We need to get the switch panel screwed in, power wired up, and then we're going to do the electric water pump and the alternator relocation. Those aren't things that we need to do, but they're kind of a want to do. Lance is, I'm pretty sure, coming by today. I haven't heard from him. This afternoon, he's going to drop off some stuff for David, but he's also going to drop off some harnesses for us. So I'd like to, before I mount the seat, I want to get the harnesses, then we can mount the seat back, and then we can get the shifter situation squared away. And at that point, we would basically be ready to go. But we also have a few other things that if we have time, we would like to get into and have it done, because we need to be done with working on the car by about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's also taking into account that we go to lunch with Teresa, so that kills an hour and a half, I guess, right in that area. So we need to take that into account, and we'll get a little bit done this afternoon. Don't know how much, but we'll get some done. So what I'm getting at is we got the spherical bushings from Dawn. Thank you again. And I dug out the old Southside uppers. The way the suspension is set up now, I'm not going to argue with a 144 60 foot. If anyone wants to argue with that, knock yourself out. I feel that's pretty good for really good, honestly, for the weight of the car and the power that it makes. I thought that was really good 60 foot. So there's no reason to be monkeying around, changing angles and stuff like that. It all seemed to do pretty good. Someone pointed out about the car, every one of these cars twist unless it's got an anti-roll in it. If you're hitting the tires hard enough, they're gonna, and the car's rotating, that's what it's gonna do. Eric's car, super secret, Resurrection, even though it don't hit the tires that hard, but anyway, so on and so forth. Silver car did, Trojan did, but it's just how the car works. It's how the different cars work. And all those cars have subframe connectors. So this car has subframe connectors, and they're actually welded on really good. I didn't do that job, someone else did, because my job wasn't great. Kevin's buddy Larry did it. Those things ain't coming off. So they're good. So anyway, there's no reason to be overthinking this and fiddling around. But if we are gonna get rid of some mushiness, then we'll put the sphericals in, we'll put these in. I greased them already. So while it's not adjustable, it will be more solid. So we got that. We got these. Now these are, again, not a must-have, but hey, if we start working on it, then it becomes a must-have because we gotta have it put back together. One other thing, we got something in the mail. I told you guys like yesterday that I ordered this and it's already here, which that's pretty amazing, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about the packaging, but you know what? If it got it here, that's all that matters. So, oh, I'm okay with this part of it. They got it all wrapped up. We'll be back in just a second. This is our spec aluminum flywheel that we bought, used. It's all got dowels. We'll put this on the lathe at work and clean it up. Oh yeah, we got plenty of meat on this baby. So this leads us to our next thing. We've got sorry, I'm talking. I'm not even gonna pause. I don't even care anymore. Our plan of attack is that we're gonna re-gear this thing, and you know what we're gonna put in it? The big 514. We're gonna put it, because you know what? It's just awesome. It's awesome. Those gears are freaking awesome. That wasn't my intention when I bought them, but the intake, this whole thing is snowballed. We're gonna put the 514s in. We're gonna figure some other stuff out. But what are we gonna do for a transmission? Well, we have an A5, an Astro A5. If you don't know what that is, it's if you're a G-Force guy, to me it's better than a G-Force T5. I had that transmission. I bought that transmission in late 2007, early 2008, I think. And while you guys haven't seen me make a lot of passes with it or whatever, I have put over 500 passes on it, and it has never even blinked at anything I've done to it. I broke shift fork in it, I think maybe twice, but that thing's, I ain't worried about it at all. But it's 295 first gear. It's got a 5.9 overdrive, makes it totally drivable with 514s and a 28-inch tire on the back. Everyone calm down. I mean, whatever. I have had daily driver cars with like 430s, 456, 488 for years. 4 years. I go on the interstate. I'm not out there running 90 mile an hour on interstate. Let's keep it real. But I ain't scared to drive nowhere, or like, oh God, this thing's going crazy on RPM. So we're gonna put the A5 in. Now we got a quick time bell. We're not gonna use that. We'll use stock bell. But we do have to, it's 26 splines, so we gotta have a clutch. About 3 or 4 years ago, possibly, I bought a clutch. It's just a piece of crap that I got off of eBay. But it's what I've got. I bought it brand new. If it works, great. We don't have a ton of power, so if it doesn't work, well, it was brand new and I already had the damn thing, so I got to use it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to weigh our flywheel and our clutch to see how much lighter it is than the factory stuff that's in the car now. So I think it was 43 something, 43.1 or something like that. So we're going to see what this setup weighs. $32.7. So we're saving another 10 pounds, 10 and a half pounds, right at 10 and a half pounds. So we're saving another 10 and a half pounds. Wow, I'll take that. Yeah, because it was, yeah, it was 43 something, because the truck stuff was 56, which blew my mind. And then it was 13 pounds savings, so it was 43 something. So like another 10 pounds. So overall, it'll be like 25 pounds off the end of the crank from where we were. That's, whew. So yes, we're gonna lose, you know, the whole inertia thing. But the inertia thing, if you can rev it high enough, it makes more horsepower and it cancels out the inertia loss. It's actually, lighter is better. It's just you gotta have the right combination. So I feel that we probably do. Pro stock is like that. Light, 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 and it seems to work fine. So makes car fun to drive too. So anyway, boom. Now that I've talked for like 8 or 9 or 10 minutes, now it's time to get to work. But hey, we got new test slicks. We did see the last of these new test slicks. We got a brand new clutch for our transmission we're gonna put in. We got an aluminum flywheel. We got some upper control arms. We're gonna put our sphericals in. There's a lot of things happening on this car. McNugget has never had it so good. And we got that pimp intake. I did dig out a 75mm BBK throttle body and EGR delete and kind of set on it. That's probably what we're just gonna run to begin with. You know, we can always experiment later on. So, but yeah, we're gonna put this thing on kill mode. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited. Who's excited? Kevin was nice enough to use a toggle switch that had some connectors on it, so we could just tie right into this deal. We got the fan wired up. Now we just got to get the we got to hook up the fuel pump and all that stuff, but now we'll just we won't mount it just yet till we get the water pump. Is it fuel pump? Till we get the water pump kind of done up. So Lance, we had a miscommunication on the harness. He thought I was talking about something else, and technically the harnesses he had, he said, yeah, they're not going to work. They're total roll bar mount. So I was like, bummer. Still got to rock the old seat belt. No worries though, that just saves us a little work. We can put the seat back in now. Oh, we're going to change motor mounts too. We're going to put some solids on. Just makes it a little easier where we're going to have the water pump mounted and stuff like that. Plus we'll have solids. So I forgot about that, but let's get the hood off and start working. Got the old stuff cleared out of the way, and getting ready to start mocking it up. Man, these dogs, they have been going freaking, oh, here they go. They've been going freaking berserk. There they go. Chasing each other around like a couple of nut jobs. Yeah, get them. Freaking crazy. She's gonna go hide behind a tree. Look at her. She's ready to come. She's hiding. Got her water pump. There we go. Just gotta run a wire in there, run it to the switch. That'll be ready. Got a little bit of garbage cobbled together with some shock bushings and a long bolt. Now we just got to figure out where did I put it? Oh, it's laying around here somewhere. We got to figure out the spacing on the turnbuckle, and then we'll wire in the pump, plug the alternator in. We'll be ready to roll. Put the radiator back in it. Not a fan of that fan. It just sticks out so far. At some point, we're going to do the Honda thing while the weather's, you know, when we get some cold weather, we'll be able to run it for a little bit, I think. We'll do like I say, we'll do the Honda fan, and that'll give us some more weight. So when we're taking our kill shot at the ET. So, all right, it's almost time to go in. So there's the motor mounts we're gonna put on. I was going to use those on Rob Zombie, but I need something tall on these. I think these will work. And then Rob temporarily we'll run the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle works, but we're not going to be going as fast in Rob as we're going to be going in this. At least pretty sure we're not. But you never know with us. There's a turnbuckle. It was hiding under the alternator belt. So we'll get that on, wire in the switch, and boom. Then we can start working on the suspension stuff tomorrow. So, you know, didn't get as much done as I'd like to this afternoon, but oh well. Some's better than none. Got us a first class operation. Oh, well, the fan's not hooked up. Let's check our water pump. I can hear it. It is running. We're good to go. Okay, we've got our seat back in. We've done some renovations on our steering wheel. This wire stuff is driving me crazy. These things are atrocious. I mean, look at this thing anyway. It looks like Henry's been chewing on it, but whatever. So we're not worried about it. Like I say, we got our switch panel in, and we've now got our shifter. I think we're happier with this. So fortunately, the button doesn't work. It died. God knows how many times it was pushed, but it died. So at some point I'll look at getting a I need to take it out and measure it and all this kind of stuff and get another button to put in it. So it's very convenient. The suspension stuff is going to be a no-go. I was feeling a little not 100% this morning, so I didn't get up and get out to work on it like I wanted to. So, you know, good enough to go race tonight, just wasn't feeling 100%. So, we're going to do the motor mounts. And once the motor mounts are done, we're going to put the rad back in and stuff, and then get the hood on it. And that's going to be, you know, start getting it loaded up and stuff like that. So, I think that's going to do it for the modifications that we're going to be making. So anyway, I'm satisfied. We're going to have a bunch of time to work on it before the next track outing anyway. So let me get those motor mounts in. On these big jobs, sometimes you need the big bars. So we've got the passenger side on. Now we get the driver's side on. This is a lot of fun, and we are probably supposed to be leaving in about, well, at least by an hour. We'll be leaving within an hour. We still got to load the car. We still got to get gas. We got to get the hood off Brian. We got to put the radiator back in it. And for the record, it ain't cold. It's actually not great. All right, we had to use our man bar again, but we got it dropped in. Got our solids on. Those are the Moroso ones. Still think our steering clearance is going to be okay. We're going to bolt them down, tighten them down, and then put the key in and see where we're at. Realistically, we're sitting a little high over here, but I just let them drop where they drop, and be that as it is. So, okay, let me tighten those up, tighten the nuts up. What are you guys looking at? Got your hat on backwards, you look weird. All right, we got the job done. Between the motor mounts, which were heavier, this setup right here was heavier than the solids that I put in by about 2 or 3 pounds, which is surprising to me. And between the alternator bracket stuff, we probably dropped about, because I weighed that stuff too, and I think it was 4, 5, right at 5, so maybe about 8 pounds, if we're, whatever. I mean, I'm just, you know, I just weighed this stuff because I had it out. Weighed what we're putting in, weighed what we're taking out. So we're not always going to get weight loss, but it makes me feel better. I've become like obsessed with that over the years. So anywho, now we need to put the rad, get it off jack stands, put the rad in, and then load it up and get ready to go. And yes, we're running behind. Woo! All right, got the radiator back in. We got all the tires swapped around. We got everything aired up. We got everything basically loaded up except for our driving jacket, pants, and some drinks. So, what will it run? Again, I don't, you know, if you guys want to guess, that's cool. The weather is terrible. I don't know what the DA is, but it ain't no 500 below. It ain't cold. It's freaking muggy. The weather stinks. Track, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get pushed out of the groove. I put up a comment asking about it. Didn't get a reply yet. So, you know, if we get pushed out of the groove, it's gonna hamper us. We lost some weight. That's basically really kind of all we did was just, you know, we just did some weight loss, and I don't know. I mean, I gotta go. I'm running behind now. So the next video that we have will potentially be our test and tune video. Hopefully it goes good. We don't break anything, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. Don, again, appreciate the intake and the spherical bushings. We didn't get that stuff put on, but we got what we got. Especially, thanks for watching. And until next time on the Substandard Leader and Fox Body videos, 1 year only Lincolns, 4 drag vans, and as always, fight the good fight against Dr. Fear. Wish us luck tonight, because we will probably need it. We'll see you guys in the next vid. Well, we went to get gas and went to the bank to get some money, and the electric water pump drive died. So I'm not fighting fate. I know when my gut tells me to pack it in. So third gear feels weird in it too. I think the synchros, I said it felt a little funny driving it home the other day after our test runs, and the weather's crap. There's a lot of things telling me that tonight probably shouldn't be a night we should be headed there, even if it is the last one. Because like I say, it's a grudge event thing. So there's, who knows, there could be a ton, I mean, the whole thing could be a situation. So I'm just not gonna fight it. It's, you know, it's disappointing, but you know, it's just, it is what it is. That's racing, that's cars. So, you know, could I swap the one from Pro Stock over to it? Sure, but you know, at that point, we're already late. We're literally an hour and a half behind leaving, and in traffic. Everyone's getting off work. It's Friday, so this place is freaking psychotic with traffic. It's just whatever. So there's a lot of pros, and honestly can't think of many cons. It was just gonna be me and Kevin. I told him, he said yeah. I mean, he said okay. So sorry guys, thought we was gonna get one more in, but just wasn't meant to be. Oh well, he's that way. We'll get them next year.